new.
Maria? Yes, last girl left to get married.
Excellent coffee, Maria. You must be an expert.
It's not me. Nescafe are the experts. They use only the finest coffee beans, specially blended and roasted.
That must be what gives it such a rich, smooth taste.
Yes. I'm surprised you're not knowing this. I thought everybody knew about Nescafe.
Whatever you're paying her, it's not enough.
Nescafe. Coffee at its best.
Are you getting your fair share of the world's best-loved marmalade? From Robertson's, by golly.
Our loyal clientele will be pleased to hear that we at Togs have made a few refinements to our nappies. For your convenience, Togs now come in his and hers, each designed to give more ultra-absorbency where most needed. Quite so. In addition, the now classic elasticated waist, if I may say, is accompanied by the Togs Perfect Fit Band. Perfection. Togs, in our opinion, the ultimate design in nappies.
Tough stains need a powerful detergent, but you may find that powerful detergents alone leave your clothes harsh and scratchy. New improved Bold 3, however, not only cleans your clothes, it also uses natural minerals to untangle their fibers, leaving them silky smooth. So clothes feel great every time. So why buy a detergent that stops at cleaning? Softness is Bold's built-in bonus.
You know I'm waiting, just anticipating things I may never possess. But while I'm without them, try a little tender, try a little tender.
Bounty, the taste of paradise.
Did you get any?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. Have you got a lemon, love?
Only you. How could we run out?
Oh, come on.
And you a milkman.
People who want time on their hands get a dishwasher.
If you don't do business with me, then you become my enemy.
We've got to get to Le Dessert.
I am paying you to get my daughter off heroin. That is all.
Are you prepared to pay someone to kill Le Dessert?
When I employed you, you said you'd do anything. Were you lying to me?
Do it! Come on!
Traffic. The deadly trade continues. Tonight at 10 on 4.
Next out of limits goes surfing.
Surprised she was. I've never known you take an interest in cookers before. Why change your habits of a lifetime? Said I.
Hey, £1,000 for the weekend? No wonder they call this place the Grand.
Quite, sir.
The Light Brigade made less ridiculous charges.
Trouser press, jacuzzi. We never used them.
They were there if Madam had wanted to.
You ought to run this place like my Abbey National current account.
I mean, they don't charge. The checks, standing orders, statements.
No charges, even with approved overdrafts.
We're £50 short. Ah, that was the charge for the use of my car. But we didn't use it. Oh, well, it was there if you wanted to, all right?
Abbey National, with no transaction charges and interest. It's the most current account.
Heinz tomato ketchup. The best things come to those who wait.
Now we visit the exotic waves of Hawaii for today's Out of Limits Surf Extreme.
Ahead to summer documentaries on Granada.
This is beep baseball, a terrifying version of the usual game where the players rely on their other senses to play it.
Us and Them, according to David Bellamy.
It costs about £13.50 to raise one of these birds, and then when, after the shoot, they go to market, they get £2.50 a brace. So you see, these people, in their own way, are subsidising the countryside, and all because of this bird.
General Kun Sa, warlord of the Golden Triangle, now holds the world to a high ransom.
The opium crop of some 1,200 tons will be converted into 120 tons of 95% pure heroin. This boy, Sei Shui, is a veteran. At 10 years old, he has already been in the army for 2 years. He comes from an opium-growing hill tribe village.
Bandits, wildlife and advanced medicine, documented this summer on Granada.
In a couple of minutes, sons and daughters.
Hello and welcome to the afternoon news from Granada. The trial of David John Evans has begun at Chester Crown Court. He denies the murder of schoolgirl Anna Humphreys, who was found dead last November. Prosecuting Mr. Gareth Williams QC said that Anna's parents were delayed by traffic on their way to meet her from school and that Evans was the last person to see her alive.
Throughout the proceedings, Evans sat quietly in the dock with his head bowed. In a statement read out in court, Evans had told the police how he stopped Anna to ask directions, but then forced her into his car. It's claimed he then drove to a deserted spot where he began to sexually assault her. The jury heard that the struggle was so violent that Anna kicked out the windscreen. It's claimed he then strangled her and later dumped her body in the River Severn and fled to France. The trial continues.
A 36-year-old father of two has been remanded in custody by Stockport magistrates charged with murder. Ronald Bennell from Cheadle Heath is accused of killing 42-year-old Pamela Noon as she returned home from a shopping trip last month. Her body was found by her young son near her home. The row between builders Barrett's and residents of Turton near Bolton took a new turn today when bulldozers moved on to the disputed site. One machine made it onto Burtonshaw Meadows. The second was held up by opponents of the scheme, under which 275 houses would be built on the open land. Residents say the land is legally protected from development, but Barrett's contest this. Demonstrators say they'll do all they can to stop the development. And British Rail engineering workers at Crewe look set to join other railway staff in their series of one-day stoppages. Union members in British Rail workshops voted this afternoon to strike with the railmen from this Wednesday. That dispute, as you no doubt know, is over pay and bargaining rights. Well, that's it from the News Bulletins team for today. I'm just making a guest appearance, and the New Look Granada Reports with John Huntley and Lucy will be here at 5 to 6.
Conflicting wedding plans in Home and Away.
Don't you think it's a little excessive? Why? It looks more like something one of the royal family would wear.
You don't have to marry Frank.
She called it off before anything happened.
You sure?
You tell Frank or anyone up here and there won't be a baby.
Home and Away at 5:10 this week on ITV.
In half an hour, Children's ITV, which today includes another adventure with those telebugs. Now that we're back to Australia for the latest from those sons and daughters.